Hi, and thank you for joining Lisa Brown, Stamp with Lisa Brown, on my SAVI Sunday. Today I'm going to be showing you a background technique that kind of mimics the Aurora Borealis, and we're also going to feature the Mountain Air stamp set on the card. So let me set this aside for now. We're going to start with a piece of Whisper White cardstock that measures 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Okay, so I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of paper just to protect my work surface. And I've gone ahead and figured out what my colors that I want to use. So today we're going to be using Misty Moonlight, Night of Navy, Seaside Spray, Bermuda Bay, and then at the very end, we're going to incorporate just a little bit of rich razzleberry. And then as you can see, I have my sponge daubers that coordinate with each of the colors. For this technique, you can use sponge daubers. You can use the regular Stampin' Sponge, or if you have any other blending tools out there, you can certainly use those. So for right now, we're going to start with our Seaside Spray. It's our lightest blue that I've picked out. And put that on my finger, and we're going to just go around and grab some ink. And I'm going to start at the end, and I'm just going to drag this down. I want my heaviest coverage to be at the top of my cardstock. And you want to pull those straight down. I'm going to go along my edges here. And with using the sponge dauber, you have to be a little cautious of your sponge dauber not skipping. Kind of makes like a resistance, and it kind of jumps. But once you have all of your color on, if it does do that, it happened right here, you're not going to see that. So let me go back in, and I'm going to do some on this side, just covering that edge and dragging it down. You can use a whole bunch of different combination of ink colors. You know, Stampin' Up! Has several other ones that you can use. Coastal Cabana and Pool Party. This is just what I pulled and what I decided that I liked. Okay, so that's for my lightest color. So I'm going to go ahead and put that aside. Next, we're going to go into Night of Navy, and what I found was, I'm gonna get this out, this is have a little reflection. Even though the Night of Navy looks darker than the Misty Moonlight, I actually found when I was applying it to my project that I felt that the Night of Navy was just a little bit lighter on the shade for me. So I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to put this all along the edge, and I'm just going to make some streaks down. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit for you so you can get a little bit closer view of what I'm doing. There we go. And I'm going to turn my paper around, and I'm just going to take some of that Night of Navy over here. You want it a little bit heavier on one end than you do on the other. Okay, I'm gonna leave this open in case I feel like I want to come back and add some more of that in there. So now we're gonna go over to Misty Moonlight. And add just a little bit down here. Okay, let's see. And we're going to do the same thing, just in case we want to add just a little bit more touches. We're going to leave that out. And now I'm going to come in with my Bermuda Bay, and we're going to just add in some of that Bermuda Bay. We'll go. And I'm doing this with a very light touch, just adding in a few of those green streaks. Okay. And over here I went a little bit heavier, which is fine. Okay. I skipped on my dauber right here, and it put a dab. If you want to blend that out, you can just take one of the other blues and just kind of add some color over that, just kind of mask it a little bit. Now this one I only went in one direction. You can flip your card over and go the other direction too if you'd like. No two cards are going to come out the same, and it's just a matter of you playing with your ink colors and your daubers to get the effect that you like. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I just want to darken this edge up a little bit over here, so I'm just going to add just a little bit of some Night of Navy. And I'm up over in here. And then I thought, gosh, the Aurora Borealis has just a little more sparkle of color in it. And so I decided to add some rich raspberry. So now I know I have quite a bit of rich raspberry on my dauber. I don't want a ton of color, so I'm just going to, I'm not going to re-ink it. I'm just going to kind of drag some of the purple streaks in there. If you want it a little more prominent, then go ahead and you can add a little more ink to your sponge dauber. But I just wanted a hue of some purple in there. Okay. I do want to darken up the top a little bit. Okay. And there we have our Aurora Borealis background. And then I wanted to put some stars in the sky. So I have taken my Stampin' Chalk marker, and we're just going to put some little dots, just random all over, to make it look like we have a starry sky. Again, I'm going to come in just a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. so you can see the detail. Just random. And then I'm going to just make some of those a little bit bigger. And then go with the very tip of the marker and get a few tiny ones in there. And that's our I keep saying it wrong, Aurora Borealis background. Okay, so we're gonna zoom back out a little bit. And we're gonna just put a quick card together. I have pulled the stamps from the Mountain Air stamp set, and we are going to stamp the tree scene across the bottom here. And we're just gonna use the black Memento ink. Probably don't need to ink all the way across that, but that's okay. All right, and we're gonna stamp this down towards the bottom. Give that a nice good press. Oh, I like how that came out. All right. And now I feel like I want a tree over here, so I'm gonna stamp this little double tree from the stamp set. And we're gonna just put this over here. I'm gonna stamp off the paper too. Yeah, I like that. Okay, and I want to fill this in a little bit, just a little bit. So I'm just going to ink up the top of my tree and give a couple little stamps in there. Okay, I like that. Okay, and then we are going to mount this on a piece of basic black. It's standard. It's 8.5 by 5.5, and we're gonna score it at 4 1/4. Okay, we're gonna score it at 4 1/4. And then give it a nice crease with our bone folder. These are nice. Stampin' Up! Bone folders are really nice. Okay, and then I've cut a piece of, I felt like I wanted a white background behind here. So this is 5 1/4 by 4. And then we're going to mount this on top. And it's just going to be a 1/8 inch border. And there you have a beautiful Aurora Borealis card, and you can use this for multiple occasions, a masculine card, a sympathy card. This would even be beautiful as a Christmas scene. You can add some more white down here for some snow and make this into a Christmas card. So thank you for joining me today on my SAVI Sunday. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel, Lisa Brown, Stamp with Lisa Brown. Check out my blog, which is creativecardcloset.com, and join me next Sunday for my next series.